Howdy code. So, I'm going to do another, I guess like PC review or like what PC handheld would be right for you. So, as y'all can see, I own majority of the PC handhelds on the market right now besides one system, which is the AO Neo. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I haven't really seen interest in it. Really, the only one I want of that is with the OLED screen. But the thing's so tiny, I just don't see myself getting it unless they make the OLED screen bigger on the next one. So I think the second one's coming, but they didn't announce anything about the OLED. So, as y'all can see, I have, before me, I have the, the Asus ROG Ally came out about a week and a half ago. I picked it up day one, pre-ordered it when it came live for pre-orders. And boy, has it been a treat. Like I said, I have Steam. Let me just say the ones I do have. I have the ROG Ally. I have a Steam Deck. I have a GPD Win 3. I have the, I'm going to butcher this, Aokzoe. Not the newest model. They just released a new model like this month or something, but I had the one prior to that, the 6800U model. And then I had the Onexplayer Mini, which is not the newest model again. This would be last year's model. It's the Ryzen 5800 model. So let me just say this. I love all of them deeply. Now, the one that's right for you, if you've never been into like maybe PC gaming, Windows computer gaming on Windows, it can be a pain in the ass for someone that is not technology savvy and can be difficult to get everything set up. But I mean, like I said, there's Google and YouTube. I wasn't like this either. I just watched YouTube videos and found out how to configure each video game I want to play if they were not working on my Windows PC. So, but if you're someone that wants easy console-like experience, Steam Deck has already built-in Steam OS, and it's super easy. It'll tell you what games are compatible and what ones are not, so that could be easier for you. But let me say, obviously, I'm just going to tell you my favorite so far, even though I've only had this for a week and a half, would be the new Asus ROG Ally. And the main reason being is because it's had been playing everything I put up against it. And as y'all know, my last video I made a month ago, I bought the laptop from Asus and bought the ROG XG Mobile, which is a external GPU that you can use for the Ally and my computer. It's a 6850, I think that's what it is. But either way, it gives it external graphics, more powerful, everything. So it's like when I plug this bitch up to my TV and the XG Mobile, I swear to God, it's faster than a PS5. An Xbox Series X. I mean, it's amazing. The graphics, what it looks like, and I get to play it on my big screen. I mean, I haven't had a console in over a year. My last console was like a PS4, and I switched over to pretty much when I got the Steam Deck. I kind of stopped all the console shit because I started buying games on Steam like roughly a year and a half ago, just playing on my gaming PC. And really, I kind of liked it. I fell in love with PC gaming. I never thought I would like anything with PC gaming because I thought it was just, like nerds or stupid, This was when I was doing drugs, but I realized it's the best way to game, and I love technology. I fell in love, when I got out of prison, kept falling in love with technology, and it's kind of where I'm at today, That's all. I love fucking fitness, bodybuilding, and anything to do with, like PCs and video games. That's all I care about now. So yeah, so let me start off with my least favorite system. Even though I love them all, but if I had to choose in order, would probably be the Onexplayer Mini. Would be ranked the 5 PC gaming handhelds I have, would be this one. And it's not a bad device at all. It's really not. It's just my least favorite of the bunch. The reason being, so I was playing Resident Evil 0 when I first got this, and it crashed on me, even though it's not a reason for me ranking it low. It's just, like the screen I could turn this on. When you turn it around, the screen will flip. And my Resident Evil didn't, for some reason, didn't do that function. And it shut my whole system down. And it broke my system. And what I mean by that, it did not load or nothing. I would turn it on, and it would just say the Onexplayer screen and have a loading screen. Turn off. And same thing, and I had to Google it how to fix it because it like kind of broke my LCD screen. And then I had to like figure out how to dock it. I had to dock it, restart. It's 2 terabyte, by the way. This is 2 fucking terabyte. I loaded video games on this bitch. Had to restart everything. So you already know I'm pissed because that means all the games I did load on there, I have to redo it again. But I figured a way out from Google, YouTube, and I had to use my Steam Deck dock I hooked to my TV. And for some reason, it would play on my TV, but the screen wouldn't show shit. But I was like, oh, maybe something wrong with my screen. There wasn't nothing wrong with my screen. I just had to restart it. And what I figured out after I restarted it, did everything, it works perfect now. But what I did realize for all these systems for Windows, sometimes, like, it's like an iPhone, right? Like, your phone, you turn it around, you can get full screen mode. That's what it is with these games. If you turn it like this, it'll go horizontal, right? And some games don't allow that, and it can freeze your system. That's what Resident Evil 0 did on mine. So what I had to do was go into settings, and, you know, you had to figure it out how to turn that off to, like, the picture mode, to where it does not do that, where it only stayed on this screen no matter what. Doesn't rotate, do none of that bullshit. So for someone that's not like very into PC gaming, that would probably freak him out and not know what to do, you know. And if he didn't have a dock or knew how to hook something up to a dock or a TV, I mean, I feel like you'd have trouble with it. And that's why I put this low on my list, because all these other systems, I've never had that happen, you know, where like the LCD screen went out. I've had games crash on me and I would boot it up and turn it on. Never had a problem with any of these except for this. That's why it's low on my list. But gameplay wise, it can play majority of your games at low settings. I mean, like I said, it's probably the lowest besides GPD Win. That runs on an Intel i7, which is lower than the Ryzen 5800U. So graphic wise, performance wise, it's lower than the Win GPD. So, this is going to be a shock to many. So, my 4th favorite out of this. Don't fucking hate me. This is weird. Probably the Steam Deck. I love this fucking thing. I fucking love this thing. Like I said, I love them all. But I would rank this the 4th out of the systems. I really don't have anything negative to say about it. It's just some games are not compatible. And that's why it's on the list. It's just because there's some games you cannot play. I did not install Windows on this because I've read many bad things about it. So that's why I didn't. And because, plus I have Windows handheld elsewhere. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. Just some games I can't play on it. You know, that's the only reason I put this number 4 on my list. Everything is beautiful. The grip, everything playing it is great. I love it. I mean, I played my Steam Deck more than I played any of these systems because I've had this Steam Deck longer than I've had any of these systems. It's just some games I can't play at full capacity. I mean, I played like the Dark Pictures Anthology on here, and it runs great. Graphics look great, but then like stupid games like Resident Evil 0 does not work on here. An old fucking game, you know, and I was upset about it. It's just like certain games don't run well on the Steam Deck, you know. But other than that, I love the trackpad. That's one of the best things about this. I remember playing The Sims 3, Sims 4. There's Tropico, Civ, Total War, which is perfect for this. So I love this system. Love it so much. Can't wait for them to come out with a second one to get it up to par with everything else and be able to play everything. You know, I hate not being able to play certain games on here. When, to be honest, this had more powerful hardware, I think, than 2 of the other systems. I think it's more powerful than the Onexplayer. I think it's more powerful than the Win GPD 3. So, but I love it. But it's still number 4. It's shocking. Now, number 3, my 3rd favorite of the system would be I know. The Aokzoe, I don't know how people like to say Aokzoe. So this one is not the newest. They just released a new one it's like fucking powerful. It's like 7840. It's something weird in the 78s, 76s. which was like the same processor that's in the new Asus ROG Ally. Haven't had a chance to get it. Probably will not get it because I have, I'm happy with the Asus. But this would be my third favorite, mainly because I think it's stronger than the Steam Deck. It's way stronger than my Onexplayer. I can play anything. The screen's big. I mean, and it fits perfect. I mean, it reminds me of the Steam Deck. I really, really, really enjoyed this one. I love it. Feels good. The D-pad, not really a big fan, but it's not a big problem because you don't really play that many games, or I don't at least, with using it. It's usually mainly like analog, but I mean, it feels light. I don't know. I feel like it's lighter than the Steam Deck. I don't know though. I have to research and just see, but love it. The screen, I think, is more better than the Steam Deck. I'm pretty sure it's 1 inch bigger. It's bigger. I like it, man. I really fucking like it. It's got RGB lighting on here, so it lights up. It's a beautiful thing. And then, like, even though I don't really use it, it has a stand where you can hold it, sit it, and it'll lean. But that's if you play with a controller. But I usually play handheld or I play on my TV. So, but this would be my third favorite. Nothing wrong with it. Everything, it runs Windows, runs everything fine. Have not had any problems with it. Like I said, I love it. It's my third favorite. So, like I said, but the price points for these Steam Deck, by the way, is $650. The cheapest thing on here. The Onexplayer, I should have mentioned, some of these, man, cost fucking upwards to $1,200, $1,500. Depends which model you get. The model I got, the 2TB model, it's going to run you about $1,200, $1,300 up there. But they have models that are like $512 right now since the Asus ROG Ally came out. They have like refurbished versions, and you can get for like $600 to $700. So you can get that. Steam Deck, like I said, 3 models. I think the cheapest is like, I'm gonna say like $300, $399. I forgot. It's like a 64 gigabyte. But if you're gonna do that, there's no point of going that low. Just get the medium model for another $100. Or if you know how to install an SSD, then go for the lowest one and do it yourself and upgrade it. But this motherfucker, it's expensive as shit. Even the one I have right here is 2 terabyte, fucking upwards to like $1,300 still. Even with them having all these other systems out and having the Aokzoe. This one's the Aokzoe A1 Plus. Even the second one that just came out, it's still expensive. When you go up to the 2 terabyte, you're talking $1,200 plus for any systems. So, my second favorite. This is probably going to be a shock to some that's in the handheld world, but this is my second favorite. Surprising. I mean, this is probably the lowest processing, lowest graphical thing I have out of all these systems, and it's my second favorite. Reason being because, like, it's small. I can honestly fit this in my pocket. It's heavy as fuck, but it's loud as shit. But my favorite type of games are RPGs, JRPGs, more like turn-based, and that's my kind of games, so playing something small on the screen, they look great, and look at this. I mean, do y'all remember the phones? What were they called? Sidekicks, that's what it reminds me of, it reminds me of the old phones, from my day, and that's another thing I like it, and it has a keyboard attached to it, so got a fingerprint reader. The screen's small. It's the smallest system I have. And the lowest processing graphical power. I can't remember. This is Intel i7. I don't know if it's the Vega graphics. But it's pretty fucking low. Kind of like the one. I can't remember on my laptop I showed. I think it's the same graphical power as that. But it's still good when you run JRPGs. I have no problem running any game like... So all these games, I have different games installed on. For instance, this is my RPG, Japanese RPG. So I got the original Final Fantasy, Chrono Triggers, Chrono Crosses, fucking Trails series, and all the RPGs I like, I put RPGs on this, and like this one, I'll just like mixture of games that are compatible. Pretty much any compatible game I'll kind of put on this. And like this is different because it's not as strong. Like the Resident Evil like 1 through 4 or 5, I'll put on this and put some Lego games on here. Something that doesn't need much power but will still look visually pleasing. But this bitch, I put like heavy stuff. I haven't yet like for instance, like Elden Ring could probably run that's good, but I'm saving Elden Ring. Haven't played it yet. I'm going to get to it, but I'm going to play that on my Zeus ROG Ally with the XG mobile setup. But something like this would play something, you know, like a Red Dead Redemption. You know, all those kind of games I would put on it. What else is on there? Like Village for Resident Evil, I would 100% put it on that before I put it on any other system, even though it'll run on a Steam Deck. But graphically pleasing, processing power, I'm going to put it on that. So, but let's get back to what we're talking about. The GPD Win 3. I fucking love it. I really love it. It's loud as shit, but I love the Mini. I love this thing so much. At first I didn't like the controls, but they grew on me. Because I'm mainly playing like turn-based games. So I'm majority playing with this. I can hold it like this. You know, it's got a case. I mean, it's fucking great. And I know they just released the GPD Win 4. I got my eye on it, but really, do I really need another system? You know, I want it just because it's my second favorite handheld. But I was like, well, maybe I'll just fucking wait. Maybe till GPD Win 5 and then upgrade. Because I'm happy with this as it is. And I have so many games I have to, like, in my backlog. It's not even going to matter. I'm not even going to probably finish all the games. I have 358 Steam games on my library. My backlog that I got to play. And then not just all these, you know, indie, but these are fucking AAA games that I have not played. All the RPGs, I mean, it's fucking great. If you got a Steam account, drop your name and we can become friends and maybe play something together. So, this is what everyone's been waiting for. My number one system, even though I've only had this for 2 weeks now. We can have 2. This thing, the Zeus ROG Ally, is amazing, guys. I've literally non-stop playing it. I just can't get enough of it. Everything runs perfect. Even when I don't hook it up to the XG mobile, it still runs great. I mean, I play like my Rainbow Six online and it plays perfect. Call of Duty plays it perfect. You know, no stuttering, no nothing unless it's something to do with the servers. But this had absolutely zero problem. Been loving the fuck out of it because I've always wanted something extremely powerful like the PS5 or the Xbox Series. And, you know, even though I would say the Aokzoe is pretty close to the Xbox Series S. I don't know if it would get up to PS5, the one I have. Maybe the Aokzoe 2, the one that just came out, might be PS5 standard, but I really don't think it would be. Because the Asus ROG Ally is not even PS5, but when you hook it up to the XG Mobile, fucking knocks it out the water. You know, but I fucking love it so much. I can't get enough of it. I did have problems. A lot of people had problems with the PC coming out. I mean, people were getting, like, returning it and, like, degrading Asus ROG for releasing products. So, luckily, I didn't really have a faulty device. One problem I did have was my micro SD slot. This motherfucker. When I put my card in, it wouldn't do that clicking sound to where it would hook up, but for some reason it was reading it, right? But in the middle of my games, when I'm playing, it gets hot, the card would pop out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was getting, like, upset, you know? But then I had to really push it down, and for some reason the springs weren't working, and I had to get, like, a tiny little clip and push it, and then it finally clipped in there, and now I can press it like a normal micro SD card slot should be. But other than that, I've had no problems. I'm going to do a full review on that for my next video, but I did want to talk about all 5 of these systems, because when I was looking for handheld systems, you know, you would research them all and see which one's right for you, but I'm letting you know from my personal preference is this is how I would put them in my order, in my personal opinion. So, you know, it's nice to have a video where you can look at all 5 of them. Like I said, I don't have the AO Neo. I would like to get one eventually. I want the OLED version, so if it ever, you know, goes cheap on somewhere like a used version, I would not mind picking it up. But I have everything I need, you know, so that is my rating for these 5 systems. So I'm going to, next week or week after, I'm going to do a full video on the Asus ROG Ally. And just kind of give you my thoughts on it. But I gave you a little bit now. It's my favorite system so far. And like I said, I've only had it for a week and a half. You know, the rest of them I had it quite a while. Steam Deck I've had the longest. Love the Steam Deck. Well, always love the fucking Steam Deck. But that is my rating. So thank y'all for watching. If you got any questions, eventually I'm going to do a review for every single system. I've already done my review for the Steam Deck I released last year. I'll get around to these 4. I've just been super busy with work. Like I said, my work day starts at 4 in the morning and does not end until 6 at night. So it's very long. I'm going to try and make more time for video editing and recording, and kind of go back on the YouTube grind a little bit, because it is summer. My work days are getting a little shorter for about 5 weeks for my personal training. So that's good. I'll have more afternoon time to kind of do this. So thank y'all for watching. Like I said, if you want any questions, want to know anything about these systems, please leave a comment below, like the video, and keep watching. I'm going to start releasing reviews on all the systems and kind of what I think of them. That's more insight than what I said today. So thank you for watching. Y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. Enjoy it and make it count.